a product offering that your clients actually want. What I want to talk about today is how important it is to make sure that your product offering, what it is that you're going to market with, is actually simple and easy to buy. Only when we are simple and easy to buy, when we remove all that complexity, do we create the opportunity to increase the impact that we are making, the sales that we are generating, and the profit that's coming into our business. So that's what I want to talk about today. I want to give you two things to work through to try and get more simplicity into your product offering. If you're watching this live, make sure to comment and introduce yourselves. If you're watching this on replay, just put replay in the comments. And if there's anything that springs up as I'm chatting, just message away, tag me, because then I can find you and respond directly. What you're also going to find is I'm working through a workbook here. If you want a copy of that workbook, just put the word product in the comments, and then I can make sure you get a copy of this recording and the workbook too. So today what I want to talk about is simplicity in your product offering. What I see all too often is there's just way too much that we are selling, and it becomes way too complex, and essentially we're restricting our ability to grow because of that complexity. Now, I quickly, before I jumped online, I thought, oh, I wonder what some smart people have to say about simplicity, and I found some awesome quotes. Bruce Lee actually said, simplicity is the key to brilliance. Amelia Barr, who's a British author, novelist, said it's always the simple that produces the marvelous. And Confucius actually said life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. I think the same can be said for business. I think we make it way too complicated. And as a result of that, the magic, the marvelous opportunity, the brilliance in our businesses are lost. So I want to talk about simplifying everything. I'm going to jump on over to this workbook. As I said, if you want a copy of the workbook, just put product in the comments and I can send you a link to download that. So let's just think, quickly touch base on why you're running your business. I don't know if you can see this triangle. I can't see it on my screen, so I'll just do a quick triangle on the page. I think when we're running our businesses, the reason you set out to run your business, there was always a reason, right? I reckon ultimately everyone has some direction that they're heading in, whether it be a vision. Simon Sinek talks about why. Some people call it purpose. I call it contribution. There's a reason every single business owner I speak to is doing what they're doing. There's something bigger. There's a bigger reason that they're doing it. Contribution to family, contribution to society, contribution to clients. And we set off with this big picture vision. Now, there's no way of getting there until these foundations are in place. And the foundations are twofold. It's a combination of impact, i.e., what it is that you are selling, and the money that you are making. Now, if you're making impact with your products, if what you are selling is really making a difference, if you're starting to go out to market and become known for what it is that you do, this is when I see market positioning increases. This combination of what it is that you say, what it is that you stand for, along with the product that you're offering, is the very thing that creates the impact. But unless we're getting paid for that stuff, this triangle falls over. So it's this balance of impact plus the money that you are making that fundamentally allows you to amplify how quickly, the speed, the velocity with which you're heading towards that top point. Now, what I want to talk about today is this impact piece. And it's a combination of you getting really clear on what's your message to market, combined with who you're actually selling to, the problems that you're solving, and then obviously what it is that you are delivering, whether it be advisory, consultancy, strategy, speaking, facilitation, training, whatever that mode of delivery is, whatever that product is what I'm talking about today. Because what I see happening way too much is this has become overly complicated. What I see happening way too much is that we become all things to all people. So we've got like this smorgasbord of product offering that we're putting out there to market. It's like, I can do this and I can do this and I can do this. And yeah, sure, I can do that. And suddenly we've got this whole smorgasbord of offering out there that essentially people can pick and choose from. And what that's not doing is signaling conviction in our go-to-market strategy. So I see a big smorgasbord of product offering. And as a result of that, what happens is the client becomes in control. Because when you've got a whole smorgasbord of product offering, what happens is the client goes, I'll take a bit of that, I'll take a bit of that, don't want that. Oh, actually, could you? And suddenly the client is controlling what you're actually going to market with. If you are somebody listening to this that is constantly having to write new proposals, that feels like every single call that you're getting in requires a brand new document, a new suggestion to market, then essentially that's what you've got. You've got this smorgasbord of product offering and the client is in control. And unfortunately, the impact of that is, yes, our businesses become highly complex, but also what makes me really sad is our businesses tend to be shaped according to the clients. It's like the very thing that we set off to create, the very work that we wanted to do, the impact that we wanted to make, the contribution, the reason for being for our business gets lost. And suddenly what I see is businesses have either become the very thing that we were moving away from. So the very reason that we left organizations to set up our own business, suddenly we're becoming that thing. Or because of the clients being in control, we end up doing stuff, serving clients in the way we actually don't want to. We end up offering products that don't bring us actual joy. So this is what I'm talking about. And this is where this complexity happens. So what I want to do is just give you some thought starters to think about, because the opportunity exists all the time. And essentially what we want to do is we want to replace this complex offering, this smorgasbord of product. We want to replace that with a simple offer that you can sell with conviction, that you can hang your hat on, that you know you're bloody good at. We want to replace the when we're complex, when we've got this complex offer, what happens is we become quite hard to buy. And this is when the clients start taking over. This is when your potential clients start going, I don't want that, I'd like that. Can you add this in? Hey, have we thought about? And what we want to do is we want to replace that being hard to buy with being easy to buy. And unfortunately, if we have a complex offer and we're hard to buy, the knock-on impact here is that we are actually limiting our potential. We're limiting the growth of our business. And you may be sensing this because you're just not getting the sales, or the profit's not there, or the team is at capacity doing a lot of stuff. What we actually want to do is we want to simplify our offer. We want to become easy to buy so that ultimately we can actually scale. Let me change and get back to the right screen. We want to scale our business. We want to grow. And this is what I'm talking about today. This is what I call the product roadmap. A tool by which you can simplify your offer, you can become easy to buy, and essentially you've got that platform to scale from. Now, it's easy to add complexity to your business. We've all done it. I've been in my own business now for 12 years. And I've worked corporately and privately with clients. And let me tell you, it is so easy to build a complex business. It's easy to add stuff. It's easy to do things just because you can. But here's the thing, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I actually think one of the magical opportunities in every single business is actually what you take away. How do you simplify your product offering such that with conviction, you can maximize your impact, your chances of selling, of making those numbers, of unlocking that profit? And there's two ways to think about this. So the first thing By the way, if you want a copy of this workbook, just put product in the comments and I can send you a link so you can download the workbook and download the recording of this training. So 2 things I want you to think about in terms of trying to determine if you have a complex business or a simple business. The first thing to do is really to take a moment to capture and reflect on what it is that you're selling right now. So I would suggest you take some time out this week and you look at your current product offering and you essentially write down, product A, product B, product C, product D, and you start assessing it in terms of, is it actually unique or is it one of many that are currently available in the marketplace? Is what you are offering as a coach, as a consultant, as an advisor, as a solicitor, as a marketeer unique, or is it similar to everything out there in the marketplace? So the first thing to consider is how unique is that product? I want you to consider, is it actually solving a problem? Yes and no. What is that problem that you're solving for your potential clients? Ask yourself, is that if the product itself is scalable? And then finally, ask yourself, is it actually profitable? And take a moment to capture what it is that you're currently offering to market, reflect on each of those products, and really tap into what you're intuitively knowing in terms of, is this something I'm doing that is no longer unique, is no longer solving a problem, is no longer scalable, or actually is there more in here if I put more time in? Essentially, I want you to do an assessment of what you're currently offering. And just capture your initial thoughts. Often when I do this, we find that the product that we thought was the most profitable actually isn't. And it's these sorts of awareness pieces that we need to capture to enable us to simplify our product offering. Now, in this workbook, I've put in a few pages. By the way, if you have to fill in all those pages, there's your answer already. You're already incredibly complex and therefore increasingly challenging and difficult to buy. What you want to do is essentially create and map out your ideal product roadmap and start building your business around this. How this works, you'll see that there is the vertical and the horizontal axes. Once again, if you want a copy of this workbook, just comment product in the chat and I'll make sure I send you the link to download it. Essentially, what I want you to do is start thinking about your ideal product offering based on these axes. The axes, the vertical axis is one of dollars, from free up to really expensive. And the horizontal is personalization or your effort. You getting involved from low effort to high effort, from low personalization to high personalization. And essentially, what you want to do to simplify your product offering is map out your products according to this product map. What you may find is that all your products, instead of being beautifully mapped out like this, where you've got a scaling offering based on price and your involvement, what you might find is, as I find with some of my clients, they've literally got it all in one place. And suddenly that's where it becomes hard to buy. The other risk here is you don't have the opportunity to upsell or to increase the longevity, the lifetime value of your clients, and you don't have time to downsell. And we're putting a lot of effort in the same place. The ideal, by the way, just because there are 5 levels out here, doesn't mean you have to have 5. But it's about owning your starting point. Where am I starting in terms of what's my core offer? And then what am I going to develop either side of that to start making it really simple to buy me so that the clients can understand where they can jump in, what they can buy now, and how I'm going to take them on this journey of growth for themselves. So that's the product roadmap. I'm curious to hear what you think. If you want a copy of this training, you'd love a copy of the workbook, just comment replay underneath, not replay, sorry, comment products underneath, and I will send you a link so you can download this workbook and re-listen to the training. Once again, our biggest challenge is we don't want to be all things to all people. We don't want the client to be in control of our business, and we don't want our business to be shaped around what the client wants. It's about building a business that we love, where we are easy to buy, we're offering with conviction our products, and ultimately we're able to scale our business accordingly. That is the only way we are able to get closer to the contribution that we want to make. And as I said at the beginning, the simplicity is harder than complexity, but simplicity in your product offering is the very thing that will enable you to make the impact that you want, to attract easily more leads, more sales, and ultimately to welcome more profit into your business. Any comments? I'd love to hear. I'll be back here again soon. And as I said, if you want a copy of that training, just put product in the comments below and I'll make sure to send you a link. Until next time.